Alrighty, good afternoon, grade 11s and grade 12s. And if there are any moms and dads or family members or high school graduates, I'd like to welcome you guys. So, my name is Kendra, and today I will be joined by my colleague Christy. We are the marketers for OVC. So, I market the Namibian, Mpumalanga, and Northwest area, and Christy is the marketer for Gauteng and Limpopo. So obviously you guys have spoken to us today, so we will be your marketers. So if you have any questions after this, you're welcome to reach out to myself or Christy, and we'll be able to assist you guys further. So you guys have come here today to find out more about au pairing overseas. So the destinations that we offer, which are really, really cool. So we have America, Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. All right. So it's up to you and where you want to go. Obviously, I will touch base on the requirements, the costs, what are the benefits of each, and then you can decide after this more or less where you want to go. The nice thing about au pairing overseas straight out of high school, for example, if you do the Netherlands in the first year and you want to continue being an au pair overseas, you're allowed to country hop. So you could do your second year in Belgium or Netherlands or Germany or America. So you can actually hop from country to country being an au pair, which is really, really nice. Just give me one moment. Okay. So do you have what it takes? The nice thing about my presentation today, I'm so sorry if you guys are struggling to hear me. Unfortunately, it is raining outside in Joburg, so I can't control the weather. But basically, the nice thing about this presentation is every single photo you see on the presentation are actually our clients. So I'm not one of these other companies that's going to human traffic you or scam you. I put actual photos of our clients on my presentation. So you do get to see that girls do go overseas. They are having a great time. Nothing happens to them. And then they do come back home. All right. So let me just touch base on what it takes to be an au pair. So these are the main requirements that we look for. After this presentation, we will also send our brochures onto the WhatsApp groups. If any of you are not in the WhatsApp groups, please reach out to me and Christy, and we will let you guys know the links to join the group, and we'll send it all on there. Okay. I am also recording this presentation. So if any of you are having internet issues or connecting issues, or if you just want to recap after this, I will send you guys all the links as well, just in case your parents also might want to watch it. So the age group that you need to be within yourself to apply for the au pair program. So 18 years old up to 26. America does go up to 27. So even if straight up high school, if you want to go study first and then apply for the program, just make sure if you're wanting to go to Europe that you're under the age of 26. And if you want to go to America, that you're under the age of 27 years old. I do get this question a lot, especially from the grade 12s. Can I apply when I am in matric, but I'm not 18 yet? So yes, you are 100% allowed to apply for the program while you're 17 and being in matric. You are only allowed to interview with the host families and submit your application. Number one, when you're 18, you have your driver's license, you have your passport, and you have your childcare experience. Okay. When it comes to the matric certificate, I will reiterate this. I've said it to thousands of grade 11s and grade 12s. Your marks do not matter for the program, okay? It doesn't matter if you take Mathslit or Maths Core. It doesn't matter if you pass with 50% or 80%. All OVC wants at the end of the day is your matric certificates. With the Namibians, if there are any Namibians online today, I know your curriculum is a little bit different to the South African one. So if you go up to grade 11 and you choose not to do your AS levels, you will still be accepted onto the program with your grade 11. Okay, so you can either do your 11 or your AS levels, and South Africans can apply when they're in grade 12. All right, you will apply with your most recent term marks. So what that means is it's just so our partners and us can see that you're on your way to passing matric and that you're not drastically failing. Okay. Most of you are in grade 11 and grade 12. Please do not fail. Okay. Just make sure you pass matric, and that is all we want. You do need a valid South African passport or a Namibian passport. If you are any other passport holder or foreign nationality other than South African and Namibian, all you need to do is disclose to myself or Christy what your nationality is, so we can find out what status you're here on, whether you're on a student visa or an asylum passport, so we can see which country you would qualify best for. You are allowed to start your application without having your passport. You'll just work on getting your passport throughout your application process. Language skills. So this comes down to Germany in specific. So in order to enter Germany, you must know how to speak basic German. And I will touch on that when we get to all the info on the countries. If you're wanting to specifically go to Europe, so Belgium, Germany, and Netherlands, you really need to know how to ride a bicycle super well. I have a lot of girls or guys that laugh at me all the time about this. You need to know how to ride a bicycle extremely well. In Europe, it is one of their #1 forms of transport. And that's how you guys will be obviously taking your kids to school, going to the shops and stuff. So if you don't know how to ride a bicycle, I would suggest you start practicing now. Okay. You must be fit and healthy. So I do reiterate this to everyone. We are not expecting you to be a gym bunny or a bodybuilder or an athlete. What this means is if you are on any chronic medication, so medication that you take on a daily basis, you don't need to disclose that to me or Christy. You will need to disclose that to your OVC consultant when you want to apply for the program. Reason being, we need to see, #1, if our partners do accept that specific medication you're on. I know across the board, they are not big fans of any anti-mental medication. So antidepressants, anti-anxiety, antipsychotics, and anti-bipolar medication. You need to be fit and clear from taking that medication for 1 full year, and then you're able to apply for the program. In terms of being fit and healthy, with your chronic medication, you will need to state that to us, and you will also be required to do a medical exam in your application process at a local GP. We do this because #1, we need to see what your medication is and what it's used for. #2, if you can access that medication in the specific country you're going to go au pair in, how expensive it is, because they are first world countries and we do live in a third world country. And #4, if you will need to make separate arrangements, as in you pack a certain amount with you, and then your parents or your family will need to ship you the rest of your medication. First aid. A lot of people ask me this question: is it compulsory to have first aid behind my name to enter the program? No. Okay. It will benefit you if you do a first aid course, but it's not compulsory for you to have first aid behind your name. Single and no dependents. A lot of girls get confused about this one. Okay, so this means you are not allowed to be married, divorced, or engaged, or have children, or have ever had children of your own in order to apply for the program. All right? You guys are in high school. Please don't get married. Please don't get engaged. Please don't have babies anytime soon. You can do all of that when you're done with your au pair program. When it comes to being single, that's what we refer to. OVC honestly does not mind if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Okay, that's irrelevant of it. We just don't want you to be married, divorced, engaged, or have children of your own. And then, sorry, my thing is freezing. All right, so swimming and outdoors, there are some skills that the au pair program does require. It's not compulsory, but you do need some skills. So swimming is a good one with the children. However, I do get a lot of girls that are not confident swimmers or don't know how to swim. You will need to state that on your application, so that we know that you aren't able to swim. And then when the host families request to interview with you, they will already know that you are not a confident swimmer, and they cannot expect you to swim with the children or be around water with the children while you're on your program. There are other skills that they look for. So cooking and baking. If you guys don't know how to do that, YouTube is great for you, I promise you. If you know multiple languages, that's why some of the families like Americans, sorry, like South Africans and Namibians, because we know a lot of languages. If you can sing, if you can dance, if you play musical instruments, if you're super outdoorsy, if you play sports, those are kind of some skills that families do get attracted to. Driver's license is compulsory, but not for every country. Okay. Your driver's license is compulsory for America, Germany, and Belgium. If you struggle to get your driver's license, we can refer you to the Netherlands. The Netherlands, it is not compulsory for you to have a driver's license, but this is when the bicycle riding skills come into play. Okay. When it comes to the South African or the Namibian driver's license, you need to get that first, whether it's an automatic or a manual driver's license, it does not matter, okay? When you get to the relative country you're going to go au pair in, you will be asked to do the driver's license, driving exam in their country. So in America, you'll do the state driver's license test, and then in Europe, you will do the international driver's license test. Please don't worry about that aspect. I've had a lot of girls tell me that doing the international or the state driver's license test is a lot easier than doing the South African one or the Namibian one. So don't worry about that. Childcare experience is compulsory for this program, okay? You can't go look after children if you've never looked after children before, all right? If you don't like children, you're sitting in the wrong presentation today, okay? So if you're in grade 11 or grade 12, your childcare experience can date all the way back from when you were 14 years old up until current. So across the board for every country, you need 300 hours throughout the years of childcare experience. In your 300 hours, you need 2 references that are non-family. So your 2 references cannot be your family members in order to enter the program, and they both must add up to 300 hours. Your childcare experience can count from babysitting family friends, babysitting in your neighborhood, babysitting your best friend's little brother, and then volunteering at preschools, churches, aftercares, daycares, coaching, tutoring, Sunday school, and orphanages. Okay. That all counts. You do not need to be paid in order to get your experience or be formally hired, as long as someone that you're looking after their children can vouch for you as a reference. Our consultants will take you through the process of how to verify the references, but that is only when you enter the application process. Okay. Moving on, a day in the life of an au pair. All right. So basically what you're doing on the program, every single thing that your mom or your dad or your auntie or your grand has done for you when you were small. All right. So it's all about the children's schedule at the end of the day. And this is a nice thing to ask when you're in the interview process with host families, what the kids' schedule looks like. So you more or less know what you're in for. If your kids go to school, you kind of more have a set schedule. So you wake them up, make sure they get ready for school, pack their school bags, pack their lunches in their school bags, and then you take them to school. Fetch them from school. If they have after school activities, you will take them there and watch them do the after school activities and then come home. Now it's homework time. Kids always get homework. They don't want to do the homework. You as the au pair need to make them do their homework. And then some family schedules do differ. So some families might work late at night, some don't. So you might be required to cook a meal or 2. But then if your host kids are smaller, like the little ones that don't go to school, like newborn, 2 years old, 3 years old, that is around the clock care. So waking them up, bathing them, burping them, feeding them, taking them for walks in the park, taking them for play dates with other au pairs. Basically keeping the kid entertained at all times and ensuring their safety. You will be requested to do household chores in your au pair program. This is family dependent and country dependent as well. So usually with America, your household chores apply directly towards the children. So you do the kids' laundry, you clean the kids' dishes, you clean the kids' school bags or lunch boxes. Europe's a little bit different. They will ask you to do light household chores. So assisting with laundry, assisting with doing the dishes, vacuuming here or there. So you will be requested to do household chores. Please don't think you're going to be a domestic helper on this program. You're not. You're there to be the au pair and look after the children, but you are requested to pull your weight around the house a little bit. But then also the program is for you to be there and be a family member. It is a cultural exchange program, so it's for you to experience new cultures, learn about new cultures, and not only that, it's for you to express and educate them about your specific culture and where you're from and all the things that we do in our country. Okay? So how you get supported in the United States, all right, or in Europe, this is across the board. Okay, so OBC are in charge of sourcing and screening you guys as the au pairs. So remember the requirements I listed earlier? We make sure that you have all of that in check. That is our screening process with you. We have partners overseas that are in charge of sourcing and screening the host families. So how this process works is we do not just place you with any random family. First of all, that's sketchy. That's how people get human trafficked. Not safe, okay? So what happens is the families overseas need to sign up with our relative partners in the country in order for them to have au pairs that come and work for them. A lot of the time, they will do police clearance checks. So they will go to the police station and make sure they're 100% safe, do like a background check. A lot of the time, they do physical home checks when the family obviously registers with the agency, because as an au pair, you are not allowed to share a room on your program. You will always have a private room. That's your room in the house. You're not allowed to share with anyone. And then a lot of the times as well, they will interview past au pairs that have worked for the family just to kind of get one-on-one feedback on how they actually treat au pairs. Monthly au pair activities are arranged for you. So what's a really nice thing is in the country you go to, you have what we call an area director. An area director is always a female, so don't worry about that. And it's always older, probably like your mom's age. Not saying your mom's old, but around that age bracket, okay? So an area director basically is in a specific area in that country, and they're in charge of looking after a group of au pairs that are working in that specific area. Your area director is available to you 24/7, all the time. So if anything goes wrong, you can report to your area director. They are part of the partners overseas, and they will be able to assist you. We've done that because if you're, for example, in America and there's an issue at 6 o'clock in the morning, your side, and you're trying to get hold of an OBC staff member, the time zones are different and we're asleep this side, okay? So it's nice to have the area director that's with you in the country, in the same time zone as you, that will be there to assist you. So your area director will host monthly au pair meetings and activities. All of this is free to you. So I've seen a lot of girls with their area director, especially in July. The area directors get all of the au pairs that she's in charge of, and they do 4th of July, like a little activity, like whether it's t-shirt tie-dyeing or going on boat cruises. It's really nice. So she gets all of her au pairs together to one-on-one check physically that all of you are fine and all of her au pairs are fine, and just to find out how the program's going, if there's any issues or concerns, which is really nice. So you are never, ever, ever alone on your program. Just remember that. You also do monthly check-ins with your area director on how your program's going. Work visa we do for you. Okay, so a lot of girls get worried about the visa process and that you have to do it on your own. You do not have to do it on your own. Okay, this is why we are here. So what happens is we will basically do your online visa application on your behalf. We will send you a Word document for you to complete and send it back to us, and we will complete your online visa application and we will book your visa appointment. So for the South African girls, there are embassies. For America, there is Joburg, Durban, and Cape Town. Definitely there is Belgium, Germany, and Netherlands, either in Joburg or Pretoria. There are in Durban as well. And then for the Namibian girlies or boys, you have a German embassy and an American embassy in Windhoek. So that's where you will attend your visa appointment. Unfortunately, for the Namibian girls, you will need to budget a little bit more to come to South Africa for your Belgium or your Netherlands visa if you decide to go to that country. We also brief you before you go for your visa interview. So we check that you have all your documentation that you need to present at your visa interview. And we also do kind of like a mock interview with you, because the consulate officer is going to ask you questions. Where are you going? What are you going to do there? How long are you going to be there? Where are you staying? All these things. So we just do a mock little interview with you to make sure that you relay the correct information so that you are not at risk of getting your visa denied. Your travel insurance is completely free to you, which is really, really nice. So what this means is, if on any point on your program, you are admitted into hospital, whether it be you got into a car accident, or you broke a leg, or you have come down with a serious major illness and you are admitted into hospital, your full hospital bills are paid for. You do not need to worry about that. But please note, your travel insurance does not cover things that if you get a cold or a flu and you need to get medication, it will not cover that. It is only for emergency hospital. It's basically an emergency hospital plan if you ever get admitted into hospital on your program. Then you travel in what we call an au pair cluster. Okay, some girls get confused by this. But basically, when you go to the airport, you never fly by yourself, okay? We fly all the girls out on the same day, same week. There are departure dates in a year, every single week, okay? So it generally happens when you are placed in the program and you've been hired and you're like waiting to do your visa, or you've gotten your visa and you're just waiting to depart. We actually put you in a WhatsApp group. So it happens with every country, but basically what this WhatsApp group is, it's all the girls that are from your home country, that are in the country where you're going to go au pair and have been there and they're about to come home, or girls that have arrived before you and they've settled in and they're there. But it also includes girls from your home country that are going still to the same place you're going to. So it's an easier way for you to make friends around your same age group that's going to the same country as you. Because what better feeling than to go to the airport and meet up with your au pair friends on the WhatsApp group and travel together, because you won't be alone at the end of the day, because someone else feels the exact same way as you do. Okay, so you'll never be alone, and it's also a very quick way for you to make friends on the program. All right, and you just get supported all around in the country. So don't ever feel like we send you overseas and we abandon you. We don't do that. We just have partners overseas that will look after you for your entire duration. Finding your host family. Okay, so I always use this term. Finding a host family is completely up to you, but it's also not completely up to you. Okay, so for your program, what happens when you apply is we actually ask you a long list of questions. How many children are you comfortable looking after? If you tell OVC, I can't look after 5 kids, I have au pairs overseas that are looking after 5 kids, I'm not going to give you 5 kids to look after or suggest your profile to families that have 5 kids. If you don't have experience looking after newborns, I can't give you a newborn to look after. So we also ask you the age ranges that you're comfortable looking after. And then we also ask you and assess you on family dynamics. So are you comfortable with single parents, married parents, divorced parents, same-sex parents, parents that work at home, parents that work at night, daytime, various family dynamics? Then what happens is we actually submit your answers to our partners. And then when your profile goes live for you to interview, they actually pull families that match your answers or have similar answers to what you want towards your profile so they can request to interview. So that makes the process a lot easier for you. So if you say to me, for example, if I'm your consultant, Kendra, I only want to look after 2 kids and I only want between the ages of 2 to 7. Okay. I'm not going to suggest or make any other family that has 5 kids and they're all like from 9 years old to 16 request to interview with you. So it does make the process a little bit easier for you at the end of the day. Please interview with as many host families as you can, as many times as you can, until you find the right family that you want to work for. I easily always say, if you really like a family, interview with them at least 4 to 7 times consecutively. Interview that family because you need to get to know them. I always use this example. For example, let's say that I am your age, all right, and I'm a boy, okay? And you meet me today and I ask you to be my girlfriend today. Your answer is going to be no. The reason why your answer is no is because you don't know me. That's the exact same reference I use towards interviewing with host families. You can interview with a host family and they can look all sparkly and bright and all, ooh, I want to work for them, but you don't know them. So interview with them as much as you can. So when you get on the program, you won't start disconnecting with your family or having arguments with your family or get there. You get to the airport and this little kid's looking at you and you're like, that's not the kid I was expecting. Okay. So make sure you get to know your family as best as possible. The nice thing is, after you've matched with the family and you're like formally hired by them, a really nice thing is, for example, if you are hired today, right, we're at the end of Feb, and you're only leaving in August, you're allowed to FaceTime your host family or Skype them, or video call them as many times as you want until you leave, so that it's not awkward when you get there and the little kid looks at you and they have no idea who you are. It's nice so that you also don't feel awkward when you get on your program. So I'm just going to do a rough, quick overview on the destinations that we offer. So this is for America. Like I said, you must enter before your 27th birthday. There are some people on here that are not in grade 11, grade 12. If you are leaning towards the 27-year-old mark, you must arrive in that country 6 months before you turn 27. All right. If you're on the program and you turn 27 or you turn the cutoff age, they're not just going to say, okay, now you're old, go home. They don't do that. Okay. You will continue your program for the duration that has left, and then you will come home. But after the cutoff age, you are not allowed to apply to be an au pair. Schedules do vary, but across the board for America, you work 40 to 45 hours in a week. Okay. The salary, which is really nice. I must actually change this. I'm so sorry. This is an old figure. But basically, I will tell you 3 facts that will blow everyone's minds. So when it comes to the Au Pair in America program, you guys are welcome to go and research this. So number 1, OVC offers the highest paying American salary out of any other South African agency, all right, or Namibian agency. You're allowed to go look this up. All the other agencies offer either $185 a week or $195 a week. Luckily for you, we have an exclusive agreement with our partners where you earn more than that. So I do need to change this, but when I send you the document, it does outline the costs of your salary for you. So you will get paid a weekly salary in America. Your weekly salary is $215. So $215 a week. That's $860 a month. I'm not going to give you the rand figure right now, because if I give you a rand figure today and you look it up tomorrow, it's going to be different. The exchange rate is always changing, but after this, if you just want to get a general idea of what your salary will be in rand, you're welcome to Google that. Okay. A nice thing for OVC, all right, so for example, if you come through OVC and you have a friend that goes through a different agency for the American Au Pair program, did you know that if you go through OVC, you will earn 20,000 Rand more in 1 year than your friend would going through a different agency? Okay. And I know some of you are all about the money, but please don't only focus and wrap your head around the salary and stuff. This is a cultural exchange program. You need to love working with kids. It's for you to go overseas and gain some independence and travel a little bit. So just remember that. And then on top of that, the host families will provide you with a $500 allowance. So this can count for two things. All right. So it's a $500 educational allowance. So what this means is you're allowed to go and study at any local community college in the United States. Up to $500, the course must cost, but you are only allowed to study up to 60 hours of studying. It's short courses, okay? You can't get a degree. You can't do a one-year qualification. You can only study something up to 60 hours of studying. I've seen a lot of girls do photography courses, beauty courses, introduction to business courses. So it is a short course. If you are looking to do online studies from a South African college or a university while you're being an au pair, that is allowed, okay? Please bear in mind, your program comes first because they are paying you a stipend. So when every end of the day, when the parents come home and it's your off time or your off days, off weekends, you're allowed to focus on your online studies. I do need to make it very clear, because some people do get confused by this. Your visa only allows you to work as an au pair. Number one, you're not allowed to get any other job in that country other than being an au pair. And number two, you are not allowed to apply for studies in that country while you're an au pair because you're on a cultural exchange work visa. You're not on a study visa, okay? Your duration of your program for America is 12 full months. So you can't go less than 12 months. However, after your first year, if you want to stay longer, you can extend your program for 6, 9, or 12 months, meaning you could be there for 2 years. A nice thing about extending your program, for example, you've gone through the first year with one family. When you extend, you can extend with the same family, which is really cool, or you can extend with a brand new family to make your program even better and more exciting. You could work in 2 different states in 2 years because your one main host family could be in Texas and the other one that you extend with could be in California. But the maximum duration of the Au Pair in America program is 2 years. So towards the 2-year mark, you are not allowed to extend it again. You will come home after 2 years. Another nice thing about the American program is the New York Connect Tour. So what this is, it's our partner's gift. Our partners are called Au Pair Care. They are the largest American agency so far. It's their gift to you, okay? So all the girls fly out on a Tuesday, well, a Monday, and then you arrive on a Tuesday and you settle in. No, sorry, you settle in on the Tuesday. Wednesday, you have the day to chill and stuff. And then Thursday, what happens is they actually take you on a full day tour for free around New York City, from Brooklyn Bridge to Madison Square Garden to Times Square to see the Statue of Liberty, a whole day around New York City, 100% free to you. For your New York Connect tour, you will stay at the Au Pair Care Hotel. They will not charge you for staying at the hotel, okay? Your breakfasts are also free. It's included by our partners. The only things you will need to budget for is your lunches and your dinners and any souvenirs or snacks you want to get during the tour. And then on Friday, if your host family is close to the hotel in New Jersey, they will come and fetch you and then take you to the home, and then you can obviously settle in at your host family's house. And then if they're not close to you, what will happen is they will send all the girls in the combi or van or whatever to the airport, and they will fly each girl to their relative state that they're going to be au pairing in, and your host family will collect you from the airport. You have the entire weekend from Friday until Monday morning for you to settle in, and then you start work on Monday morning. So that Monday that you start, you will only get paid your salary the following Monday. Okay. In terms of paying with salaries, so typically your host moms do help you with this. They will help you open an American bank account because typically families like to pay into an account rather than giving you cash in case you need to save up the finances and stuff and you want to bring it home. It's just a safer way to do it. And then when you settle in at your host family's house, they will show you around. Okay, you're not going to be a deer in the headlights. They will take you around, show you where the mall is, the schools are, the routes to the schools. So you don't need to worry about that. Okay, we don't just bombard you with everything at once. It is worked in stages. Household chores I did explain, and the driver's license I explained. If any of you are looking solely to do the American au pair program and you still need to go for your driver's license, I would suggest you guys do the South African automatic driver's license test because a lot of the American cars are now automatic, so it will just make things a little bit easier. You do get invited to cultural activities. That's by your au pair area director, and you do get time off. So you get 1.5 days off per week. Per month, you get 1 full weekend off. And then during the 1-year program, you get 10 days to 2 weeks off during your program. Moving on to Belgium, you must enter before your 26th birthday, so you can apply for any of these programs, like I said, while you're in matric. Best time to apply is now, all right, before things get hectic with your prelims and your finals. Rather apply now and get your application sorted and can formally actually be hired before your prelims, or you can interview during your prelims so that you can depart as early as February next year. Okay. Belgium is one of our European countries where you work less hours and you get paid the highest salary. Don't ask me why that is. That's just how it is. So you roughly work 20 to 25 hours per week. And the difference with America and Europe, Europe pays you monthly. Okay. America pays you weekly. So the Belgium salary stipend that you get is 450 euros. And then when you get into the country, so with America, they gave you the $500 allowance for you to study anything up to 60 hours. Belgium is different, okay? So they will pay for you to do a language course. Belgium has 2 home languages, which are Dutch or French, and you get to decide. The reason why with America they've given you the 500 study allowance is because a lot of us go through 12 years of schooling, learning English, so they're not going to force you to do an English course, okay? Belgium, you go 12 full months. You cannot go less than 12 months. You cannot stay longer than 12 months, right? It's 12 full months. But if you do Belgium and towards the end of your 12-month placement, you can apply with us directly from Belgium to go to the Netherlands or go to Germany. Okay. Nice thing about the pros and cons of America versus Europe. All right. America pays you the highest salary. You're only allowed to travel within the United States. Guys, please be aware, Canada is not in the United States. You can't go to Canada. And you get the New York Connect tour. Europe, however, you do get paid a little bit of a weaker salary because obviously the dollar is stronger than the euro. You do a language allowance. So, well, you do a language course. But a nice thing is your visa allows you to travel throughout Europe. Okay, so if you're in Belgium and you have an off weekend and you want to go traveling, you can literally get on a bus or a train and you can visit throughout Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, France. I've seen girls in Spain. I've seen girls in Switzerland. You get to travel a lot. We will also give you a map on the countries you can travel to while you're on your program. So Europe, you get to travel more and experience new things and a lot of things. In America, you earn more and you get to travel throughout America and go on the New York tour. Driver's license is preferred for Belgium, and so is the bicycle riding skills. So please make sure if you really want to go to Europe, I would suggest start riding a bicycle now, because in your application process, you will need to include very lengthy videos and content of you riding a bicycle so they can actually see that you know how to do it. We do host online application webinars for when you're doing your application for us to give you tips and tricks on how to fill out everything. Please, when you are submitting content of you riding a bicycle, please don't film yourself riding a bicycle. Number one, that's dangerous and it's kind of considered as like driving and being on your phone at the same time. Don't do that. get someone else to film you riding a bicycle. Okay. Germany. So a lot of our Namibian girls like to go to Germany, all right? A lot of you do learn German in school. If any of you are on here and can speak German fluently, that's perfect, all right? So Germany, you must enter before your 27th birthday and you work 30 hours in a week. Like I said, your hours that you work do differ according to family schedules and the children's schedules. Your monthly stipend is 350 euros. And when you get into the country, they will pay for you to do a German language course. All right. The only issue is for Germany, in order to apply for the program, you must have an A1 German language certificate. They only accept your language certificate from one specific place. It is in the documents, the brochure, and I will resend it to all of you, but it's called the Goethe Institute. For the Namibian girlies, there is one in Windhoek. And then for the South African girls, I know that there is one in Pretoria, if I'm not mistaken, or Joburg, either one. You need to do the exam. The exam is quite expensive. The costs of the exam are listed in the brochure as well that I'll be sending to you guys. So you must enter the program with having an A1 German language certificate. Then when you get in the country, they will pay for you to further your language studies to be an A1, or sorry, an A2 or a B1. For the Namibian girls, if you learn German throughout your schooling, or even South African girls, for example, if you attend the Deutsche Schule, you just need to send us your transcript. I have already spoken to one of the Namibian girls. Her transcript of her German that she learned in high school and primary school counts. So we just need to see your transcripts in order to see if you need to go do the A1 at Goethe or if that one's accepted. Germany, you can go as little as 6 months, so you can go as short as 6 months, but generally it is 1 full year. If you go for 1 full year, your flights are paid for by your host family. However, if you go as little as 6 months, unfortunately, you will be reliable for your plane ticket there and your plane ticket home. Okay, so it's best to do the 1 year program if you're looking at going to Germany. Pretty much the same as Belgium. Household chores still apply. Driver's license still applies. Bicycle riding skills still apply. Just the only discrepancy is the A1 German language certificates. All right, then the Netherlands. Okay, a lot of girls want to go to the Netherlands. Okay, so you must enter before your 26th birthday, and yet again, you work 30 hours in a week. Your monthly stipend is 340 euros, and the Netherlands' main home language is Dutch. So when the girls get to the Netherlands, they will pay for you to do a Dutch language course. All right. You don't need to pay for any of these courses, by the way. If you are Afrikaans and you speak Afrikaans fluently, you will ace the Dutch language course. Okay, so don't worry about that. The languages are very similar, which is quite nice. You go 4 months, so you can't go less than a year, can't stay more than a year, very similar to Belgium. Everything else is the same, except the Netherlands will accept you without a driver's license. Some families might want you to have a driver's license. It's not compulsory, but this is where your bicycle riding skills really, really, really come into play, okay? Just touching on the fees. So like I said, when I send you guys the brochures, it will outline all the fees in the order. But across the board for the programs, you are looking at 25,000 Rand. Okay. Namibian dollars, same 25,000 Namibian dollars. This is the stages that it gets paid in. So you don't pay me 25,000 Rand on one day. Doesn't work like that. We work in stages. Okay. So for America, your application fee is 4,950 Rand. And then that's when you start your application and everything. Only when you're hired is when you pay your program fee of 7,500 Rand. Okay. Only when the hire is confirmed, you'll pay your visa fee. Your visa fee is 185 US dollars. It always changes, but it's about 3,500 Rand right now. And that gets paid into the embassy's account. Like I said, your travel insurance is free. And nice thing is your flights are free. Your host family pays for your flights. Spending money you need to take with you, just if you want to buy anything on the New York Connect tour, any snacks, any toiletries and stuff before your first paycheck. You do need to do a police clearance background check. It's about 200 Rand. We will state it in the document. Please do not go to the police station, South African girls. Namibian girls, you can go to your police station. You won't have any hassles. South African girls, we work with a company where we will send you to do your police clearance. And then with your medical exam to apply for the program, I cannot give you a fee on that because I don't know how much everyone's GPs cost. Okay. You'll need to speak to your parents or find out how much your local doctor's consultation fee costs. And then that will be added on top of the 25. All right. That's the only thing other than the 25 that you'll pay above. With Belgium, you pay your application fee again of 9,950 Rand. Your program fee is 6,500 Rand. Your visa fee is 180 euros. Flights and travel insurance are free. And then your spending money that you take with you is 450 euros, making it 25,000. The medical, we do explain in the brochure, it does get quite expensive on top of 25,000 because you need to go and do your medical exam at a specific Belgium listed doctor. We have a long list of them, so it does get quite expensive. They don't accept you to go to any local GP, only your list of Belgium doctors that we provide you with. Germany, your application fee, same, 4,950 Rand, and your program fee is 6,500 Rand. Your visa fee is 80 euros, same thing again. Insurance and flights are free. And your spending money is 350 euros, so 25,000. And then lastly, with the Netherlands, the application fee is super affordable, 700 Rand to get your application started. And then what happens is you don't pay a program fee like the other ones. You actually pay a ticketing deposit and a ticketing contribution. What this means is you are paying a portion towards your flights. You're not paying for the whole flights. You're just paying a portion towards the flights. So that you can see the deposit is 4,950 Rand and the contribution is 6,800 Rand. Your visa is free, which is really, really nice. They will do it on behalf of you. Your travel insurance is free as well. And then your spending money is 350 euros. There are outlying costs additional on top of 25,000. We do list it in the document. So number one, you need to go and get an unabridged birth certificate. All right. Number two, you need to get a document from the High Court. It's called a non-impediment marital agreement. So kind of what that means is it's a formal document from the High Court saying that you've never been married in your life. And then on top of that, you'll need to go to the High Court and get all of your documents apostilled. We take you through step by step where to go, how to do it. So none of you have to worry about that. So those are just the outlying costs on top of the 25. But we will send you guys all the brochures. And how the fees are listed in the documents is the stages it gets paid in. So from the time, for example, if you're applying at the end of the year, from the time you pay your application fee to the day you get on a plane, it takes anywhere between 3 to 6 months. So the 25,000 is paid over 3 to 6 months. I do highly suggest that grade 12 start applying now because I see it every year. All the girls get flustered towards the end of the year during prelims or finals and they want to apply and they're juggling their exams and studying time and their au pair application. It is better to apply now. Get all of the hassle of your application done and then you can deal with your prelims and your finals. Moving towards the end, so if any of you are curious about looking at our clients overseas, here are our social media handles. We predominantly use Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook for you to go look at. If you need me to share any of the handles with you, you can pop us a private message and I will send you guys all of the links. And then these are our offices. So OVC has been officially sending people overseas for 75 years. This year's our 75th birthday. So we do have a lot of clients going overseas, but also we have a lot of offices. So if you guys have cousins, family members, or friends in any other province, they are welcome to reach out to one of our offices. So our main offices are Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Northwest, Gauteng. We have Durban and South Coast, Durban North and North Coast. We have Pietermaritzburg. Then we have the Free State, Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Namibia. Namibia, we deal with the whole country. And then in the Western Cape, we have Cape Town, Stellenbosch, Kenilworth, and George. And now I am done. So today I wanted to ask all of you, who is interested in applying? All you guys have to do is put an emoji in the chat, and I will know that you want to apply. I would also like to ask, before everyone leaves, can you please all just in the chat box send your name and your surname and what province you're from, so that I can reach out to you guys after this and give you all the necessary details and get the consultants in touch with you. Love to see that everyone wants to apply. Okay, so keep sending your details in. Please also send me or Christy a private message with your name and your surname so I can reach out to you. And then if anyone has questions, you are welcome to pop it in the chat, or you are 100% welcome to unmute yourself and you can ask me the question. Any questions?
Hi, it's
Hello, how are
Janina.
you?
Good, thanks, you.
Good. How can I help?
I was just wondering, yesterday there was also like an question and answer meeting, but it was about USA Summer Camp Counselor Info Session.
Yes.
Is it possible, like, did you record that meeting also?
I didn't, but what you can do, just pop me or Christy a WhatsApp. I do have a previously recorded one that actually happened a few weeks ago that I can send to you. It will relay the exact same information.
Okay, thank you, because I have Christy, I think of her surname is Rosser.
Okay, yeah, that's Christy. So just resend Christy a WhatsApp and then we'll get you the link for the camp one.
Okay, thank you so much. And I
You're
was just
welcome.
wondering,
Yeah.
beginning of the meeting, you talked about there's a group.
Yes. Okay. What you can do, whoever sent you the login details for you to attend today, pop them a message. So
Yes.
you've been chatting to Christy. Send Christy a WhatsApp and just ask if you can be added into the Au Pair group. And that's where we send all updates about our client testimonials, information on the programs, any specials that we run. So just also ask Christy to add you into the WhatsApp group and we'll do that.
Okay, thank you so much. I really
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Enjoy your day.
Yes. Mariette, the name of the lady in Bloemfontein, we have two of them. The owner is called Clarissa, and then the consultant and the marketer is Chanel. So what you can do, just pop them a message. If you forget, obviously, or you don't have their number, just visit our website, or you can message me or message anyone. You are able to WhatsApp them through our website as well. You guys are all welcome. Thank you all for
Hello.
joining. Yes, who's asking me a question?
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah,
So you spoke about how, let's say you go to Europe and the programs are normally a year and that's it, but then
yeah.
you're more than welcome to extend, right?
Hmm.
So I think I'm correct in when you go to America and you want to extend, you can extend
Yeah,
without a repaying kind of the application fee and everything.
yeah, yeah. No,
So if you,
that doesn't apply for America. The only time, for example, if you extend, that doesn't apply. However, if, for example, you're in Belgium and you want to do your second year in the Netherlands, you will just reapply while you're there with us and only pay your application fee and your program fee.
oh, okay, yes,
Yeah,
that's all. Thank you.
you're welcome. Any last questions for me before I head out? Thank you everyone for sending all your stuff in the chat. Me and Christy have been monitoring it. We will reach out to you as soon as possible. Probably either, most likely Monday, I will be the one to reach out to you guys. If you want all the information now, if you're not on the group, just pop us a WhatsApp. We'll add you in the group. We are just going to bomb out all the brochures out for now, so you guys can review it on the weekend. And then I will let your consultants know, those of you who said want to apply this year, that you want to apply. And then we will get the process started for you. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I am recording this, so if you do want the recording, I will also share it on the groups and stuff for you to show your parents, convince your parents. They'll be on board, I promise. Okay, but thank you guys for joining. Bye for now.